Good evening and welcome to TV Tuần-san News of the Week. My name is Emma Doe. In what's making headlines this week, Victoria Police ask the public to help locate a Vietnamese mum and her 2 children. Rage over the United Airlines incident spreads to Vietnam. And the recent King Kong film sets in Vietnam now ready for tourists. In this week's top story, Victoria Police are calling on the public to help find a missing Vietnamese woman and her 2 children. 27-year-old Thuy Tran and her 2-year-old Emily Nguyen and 4-year-old Casey Nguyen were last seen in St Albans on February 14. Police are concerned for the welfare of both children who require medical attention. They believe Tran and her children have been visiting the suburbs of Avondale Heights, St Albans, Sunshine and Richmond. Anyone with information on their whereabouts is urged to contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000 or submit a confidential crime report at crimestoppersvic.com.au. A large number of Vietnamese social media users are calling for a boycott on United Airlines after it was revealed yesterday that the man who was violently dragged off United flights is of Vietnamese descent. On Sunday, a video of a police officer forcibly removing Dr. David Dow from his seat went viral around the world. Dr. Dow was pictured being dragged down the aisle and later running back onto the plane with blood streaming down his face. United had overbooked the flight from Chicago to Kentucky and says it randomly selected a number of passengers to leave so the plane could accommodate necessary staff. A video later emerged of Dr. Dow arguing with the police officer, saying he was a physician and needed to get back to Kentucky to work at 8 a.m. the next day. The video also shows Dr. Dow saying he would rather go to jail than get off the plane. United CEO Oscar Munoz apologised on US TV yesterday, saying United would cease to use police officers to remove passengers from its planes. Vietnamese media reports that Dr. Dow left Vietnam around 1974 during the fall of Saigon. He's currently in a Chicago hospital where he's being treated for injuries. Vietnam has been the world's 3rd biggest executioner over the last 3 years, according to a report by Amnesty International. Amnesty's 2016 Global Review revealed that Vietnam executed 429 people between August 2013 and June 2016. But the figures obtained from Vietnam's Ministry of Public Security do not contain more detail for the 2016 period. Amnesty International's Secretary-General Salil Shetty called the figures appalling and slammed the government for not releasing secretive data. China executed at least 3,000 people during the same period, while Iran executed 567 people. There was little to no information available from other countries who impose the death penalty, including Laos, North Korea, Syria and Yemen. The report showed that the methods of worldwide executions in 2016 included beheading, shooting, lethal injection and hanging. Vietnam's government says it will prosecute protesters who last week blocked the country's main highway. The decision reflects the government's toughening stance against repeated protests over the country's worst environmental disaster caused last year by the Formosa steel plant. In a statement, the government said about 100 people blocked Highway 1A a week ago with fishing nets, bricks and stones, and held up thousands of vehicles. The statement also said that those identified would be prosecuted for causing public disorder. The protest against the Formosa steel plant occurred at the town of Gi An in Hà Tĩnh province. Last year, the $11 billion steel plant accidentally spilled toxic waste that left 200 kilometres of coastline littered with dead fish. A car chase on Wednesday in the northern province of Hòa Bình ended up in the discovery of over 100 endangered pangolins. According to a police statement, police shot the tyres of a runaway car after it refused to stop for a routine check. The car subsequently crashed into a motorbike and a parked car before 2 men attempted to flee. Police arrested the driver of the car while the other man remains at large. When searching the car, police found a total of 118 pangolins in tied bags, with 5 of them already dead. The rare anteaters are the biggest victim of wildlife trafficking, with their prized meat considered a delicacy in Vietnam. Many people believe the pangolin scales can be used to treat psoriasis and poor circulation in traditional Chinese medicine, despite the lack of scientific evidence. Vietnam has set itself a target to prevent new drug hotspots from popping up. The target falls in line with a recently approved plan involving drug and prevention control programs. The plan, approved by Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc, aims to educate towns, schools and industrial zones about drug prevention. Vietnam also hopes to uncover and destroy all illegal production of hemp plants. The program will require 80% of drug users to access treatment services and 90% of users to attend detoxification facilities each year. Another Vietnamese fishing boat has been detained off the coast of Queensland for illegal fishing. Australian maritime officials arrested 15 Vietnamese crew members whose boat was intercepted at the Saumarez Reef on Monday. According to the Courier Mail, the Australian Border Force discovered 17 containers filled with high-value sea cucumbers. The fishermen have reportedly been detained in Darwin and awaiting charges. Since 2016, authorities have seized 14 boats and arrested more than 200 illegal Vietnamese fishermen in Australian waters. Australia will provide $25 million to the World Bank over the next 5 years as part of a joint effort to help Vietnam realise its economic development plan. On Tuesday, Australian Ambassador to Vietnam Craig Chittick and World Bank Country Director Osmain Dion signed the 2016 to 2020 Socio-Economic Development Plan. The renewed partnership was first established in 2012 and will aid the Vietnamese government in reforming its trade and competitiveness, as well as address transport, well-being of ethnic minorities, and gender equality. Vietnamese backpacker Hoang Le Yang has become the first person from Southeast Asia to conquer the Arctic Circle by dog sled. The 28-year-old was part of a group of 30 people from 13 countries to complete the 300-kilometre trip over 5 days in April. The trip, which began in Norway and finished in Sweden, offered participants the chance to navigate a dog sled on their own across tundra, frozen lakes and through snow-covered forests. Yang won a place in the event after an international round of voting that ended in December last year. Film sets from the recent Hollywood movie Kong, Skull Island will be open to the public and tourists in Vietnam soon. The blockbuster was filmed in a remote Vietnamese location in the mountainous province of Ninh Bình. The Ninh Bình location includes a tribal village set used as a backdrop for the film's protagonists when they hide from King Kong. Local authorities were permitted to retain the film set for tourists because they did not charge the film company with fees for using the area. The site will open to the public this Saturday. That's all from Tuần-san News of the Week. For more stories, you can follow Tuần-san at tvtsonline.com.au and Facebook at Tuần-san. I'm Emma Doe. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to your company at the same time next week.